Hi guys, hope you're doing well. If you clicked on this video, that means you're probably wanting a little bit of tension relief. We're going to do some myofascial release in the whole body. If you've been doing a lot of at-home workout videos, or if you're a nurse and you're working a lot or still, moving around, the body's probably feeling tight and tense. So today we're going to use 2 tennis balls. If you don't have tennis balls, you can try to find an alternative. If you're in Ventura and need tennis balls, I can drop some off on your porch. I've got quite a few, so let me know, friends. Otherwise, try to find something round and hard. And then you're going to need a yoga block. If you don't have a block, you can use a stack of books. So I got a stack of books out. Your stack is going to want to be about 5 to 6 inches tall. Everyone's a little bit different. If you have a really tight neck, you might want it a little bit lower, but you can always take away. And then I would bring a towel. If your book is really hard, it might be too intense, so if you need a little cushion, you can always throw a towel over it. We're actually going to start with the block or stack of books, whichever you have. And if you've never done fascia release, just a little info for you. Outside our muscles, in between the skin and the muscle, is the fascia, and it's like this protective sheath between the body, layers of the body. And when you get super tight, that fascia gets knotted up. So when you wake up in the morning and you feel that morning stretch, that's your fascia, kind of separating and becoming fluid again. So when we work out a lot or hold a lot of stress, that fascia knots up, and to release that knot, that tension, we use pressure points to let it go. So that's what we're doing today. It's gonna hurt. If it hurts too much, lay off a little bit. If you have really sensitive areas or injury in the body, please be mindful. You can always pause if the video is going too fast and you want to stay with that body part or that technique for a little bit longer, or you can always fast forward if you're like, hell no, this is not serving me. Whatever you need to do. Also, if you have any questions that come up that arise, please feel free to comment on the video, message me on Instagram, or however you can contact me, and I'm happy to help you through whatever. I'm learning as I go as well. So yeah, let's get started. So find your block or stack of books. Whatever you have is fine. If you have a block, I like to use the second level, so not the first. Second? Yeah, second, not the third. And you're going to place it at the top of your mat. You can be on the carpet, you don't need a mat. And we're going to start with releasing the tension in the neck. So at the base of your head is your cervical spine. And there's a lot of muscles and tendons that run through this area that get really tight. So we're going to work on releasing that. We're going to come onto our backs. And you're going to find the base of your head and then scoot down a little bit. And then you want your chin kind of tucked into your chest slightly, so that the edge of your block or your books, that edge is really sitting on the base of your head. You'll know when you find it because most people have a lot of pain or tension there. So when you find it, just try to settle in. You might need to adjust. It doesn't hurt really bad yet, but you should feel this corner kind of pressing. And we're going to close our eyes, always remembering through this fascia release to breathe. Trying to always relax the jaw, relax the space between the eyebrows, and just settle in. So when you come to a really uncomfortable spot, try to pause and sink into it a little bit deeper. If it's creating a ton of pain in your body, back off. But it should be a bit painful, and then at the end you're going to feel much better. So finding that spot, closing the eyes down, we're going to roll all the way toward our right ear. And you're going to pause there. You should feel kind of a ropiness on the surface there. And then you're going to come back halfway. And you'll know there's a really tight spot in the neck. And you're just going to sink in, closing the eyes down. If you're not feeling it, your block or stack of books might not be high enough, or you're not positioned properly. Because there's definitely a pressure point there that we can sink into. And just breathe. If you want to put some peaceful music on, or if you just want to sit in silence, there will be moments of pausing between my talking so that you can relax. And I can relax because this hurts me too. Maybe you notice as you bring the chin toward the chest, it gets more intense, and that's where you need to be. Or maybe you need to lift the chin a little bit to back off. Just breathing. Still on our right side. If you sit at a desk all day, a lot of us have been in front of a screen, maybe hunched over. If you drive long hours for work, if you do a lot of physical activity for work, this is going to feel good, but bad. It's going to hurt so good. Can kind of go towards the ear and back halfway, pausing when you find a juicy spot. Just breathing. Trying to breathe deeply. If it creates pain, our breath tends to shorten, so be aware of your breath. And try to keep that long, steady, calm, relaxing breath. Taking a big breath in. Let's roll really, really slow, pausing in the middle. Find those two spots, one on the right, one on the left, of the base of the skull. And then roll over to the left, really slow. You can come back towards the right. Just keeping that edge. Tucking the chin a little bit into the chest. And just rock side to side, really gently, bringing one ear towards that shoulder, and then the opposite direction. Then we're going to come towards the left side, all the way to the left ear. Pause for a moment behind the ear, and then come back halfway. You might need to adjust yourself. This side I need to tuck my chin a little more to feel it. Oh, and there it is. So just sinking in. Every body is a little bit different. So maybe you feel tension closer toward the ear or more towards the center line of your body. Breathe. Closing the eyes. As you're here, you can meditate if you want. Maybe you have a mantra you repeat in your head. Maybe you count your breaths, your inhales and exhales. Maybe you just sit in silence, trying to let the mind quiet down. Just appreciate the stillness. You can give a little movement, rock side to side, really short rocks. Maybe you go all the way back toward the left ear and come back to that spot on the left side. Maybe you like rolling from side to side. Or maybe there's a spot that I moved away from that felt really good, so you can go back there. Just exploring your body for a few more breaths. Relaxing the space between the eyebrows. Relaxing the jaw. Slow, steady breathing. Maybe you come towards the middle, the midline of the body, center of the neck, base of the skull. And just pause. We're going to gently lift our head up, sliding the block or stack of books away, and just coming down onto the mat. Lengthening the neck, just roll side to side. Give yourself a big morning stretch. Reaching the arms up overhead, pointing the toes. Roll the ankle out. Bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. Rock side to side. Then we're going to come up to a seat, so pulling ourselves up. Just taking a few movements in the neck. Noticing how we're feeling. Inhale, lift the chin up. As you exhale, bring the chin toward the chest. Sitting up tall, inhale. And exhale. Maybe you do a few circles if this is safe for you. One direction. And you can reverse. Rolling the shoulders up towards the ears, just bring some movement. We're going to go into the shoulders next. So grabbing our tennis balls. If you only have one, you can do one side at a time. If you have two, I recommend this one doing both sides at the same time. So we're going to bring our tennis balls to this top inner wing of our scapula, so that shoulder blade. We have our rhomboid and a bunch of tiny little muscles in here. So bringing our tennis balls, we're going to lay down while we do this. I'm just showing you sitting up first. You're going to bring it here. So if you find the base of your head and the bottom, of your start of your neck, you're going to go down maybe an inch or two and then over. And you're not going to do it sitting up, so removing tennis balls if you have them, coming onto our backs. You're going to find that space. Whew. It's a little different for everyone. You might have tension a little further out towards the shoulders are closer in. It might be a little higher or lower for you. But there's definitely a spot there for everyone. So try to find it. I'm really sore. If you've been doing any workout videos, Kaylee Crane, yeah, you're definitely going to be sore. And this will be amazing for you. So finding that spot and just sinking in, remembering to breathe, positioning the balls wherever suits your body the best. And then once we're here, you can just sink in deeper and pause. Or if you're ready to go for it, maybe you lift the arms up. You can cross hands over each other. Maybe you take the arms up overhead. Relaxing the space between the eyebrows. Just breathing. You can float the hands above the earth. Maybe you cactus the arms, bringing it out to the side. Maybe you take big circles in that shoulder joint. Bring arms out like wings. Maybe you shimmy side to side. Just doing whatever movement serves your body. So maybe crossing and sinking deeper. Maybe reaching up overhead is the most intense. I know that is for me. If you're crossed, you can switch. Just exploring. Letting your body weight sink into the tennis balls. And just using your weight, your body weight and gravity to push that trigger point and release. Always pausing when we get to a really juicy spot. Maybe you back off a little bit, take a breath in, and as you exhale, let yourself fall into it a little bit more. Taking any circles or reaches. If your balls start to move away from where you want them, you can always adjust. Maybe you shimmy the shoulders side to side, rocking. Just keep moving. If you need to come up for a minute, and then come back down. There really is these points all along the midline of your body, all around the shoulder blade. So if you are feeling a lot of tension and like, wow, that hurts, but it feels really good, maybe pause the video and just explore areas around it. You can bring the shoulder up toward the ear. Shrugging. I found a knot. I'm sure you did too somewhere. If you do work at a desk all day, I would do this every other night at home. Maybe every night if your body doesn't feel too bruised. Adding little stretches before bed. Just releasing that tension so it doesn't build up. If we continue to just break it down a little bit one day at a time, it'll never get so bad that we have chronic pain or it leads to other health issues. Just a couple more breaths. You can stay on your balls. Finding those juicy spots. Now when you're ready, gently releasing the balls and then reach the arms up overhead. We're still laying down. Give yourself a hug, crossing the left arm over the right, grabbing shoulder blades. Maybe you lift the elbows up and then bring them in towards the body. Release the arms, taking it the other way, right arm on top. Just stretching out, tucking the chin into the chest. Then let's release. Coming back up to a seat. We're going to take our sit up tall first, always, and then take your right arm over your left. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, drop that left ear towards the left shoulder. Come back through center, release, taking the left arm across. Take a breath in. As you exhale, right ear toward the right shoulder. Maybe gently tucking the chin in a little bit, feeling that stretch in the space from where we use the block on the neck all the way down. Good. Coming back through center. Let's place the hands on the shoulders and just take a few circles. Good. Alright, part 2. You can break this video up. So second part, we're moving to the lower half of the body. We're going to work on our glutes first. So you'll just need one ball. We're going to start on the right side. So placing soles of the feet on the mat or the carpet or wherever. You're going to find your sit bone. So when you bend your leg, you'll feel that pointy part of your butt. You're going to find that and bring the tennis ball there, and you're going to prop yourself up. You won't feel much here, but you're going to roll down forward a little bit. And you'll find a spot just above that sit bone. Yep. There it is. Couple things. If we're sinking into the shoulders, prop yourself up on your elbows. If it's hard on your wrists, so you can get your stack of books or blocks and you can prop yourself up. We don't want to sink into the shoulders. We want to keep our chest lifted so we're not straining that shoulder. So whether you're here or you're up, we're holding ourselves up and just settling into that ball. Keeping our left leg bent. Maybe you stay here with the right leg. Maybe you bring the leg out and straighten it. You can lift and lower. You can bend the knee in. Whew. You can take circles with the knee. One direction and the other. Maybe you rock side to side, out towards the outside of the hip. Find that spot. Sink in. Like I said, everybody's different, so what could hurt me could totally be chill on you. Just depends what kind of movement, what kind of tension we're holding. So just exploring these movements, maybe lifting the leg up. Maybe it's so intense you need to keep the right foot on the mat. That's okay too. You can still sink in. Just breathe. You can take this further towards the outside of your hip. If you'd like, you can straighten that right leg and come onto that right elbow. Just chilling. Maybe you add movement here. Maybe you don't. It's really intense. That piriformis. Whew. Just breathing. Maybe you pause the video and explore this side for 10 more minutes. For sake of your time, because I didn't realize how long I was filming before, we won't stay here too long. But please feel free to do so, and please revisit areas that I didn't stay on long enough. Yeah, pausing on the right side, straighten that leg, bending that leg, rolling forwards and back, side to side. And then we're going to come off of our ball. We're going to straighten our left leg, bend that right knee so we're in a seated figure 4. You can start to reach for your toes, stretch that hip out. Maybe you cross it over, bring that right knee in towards the chest, taking a twist, feeling that stretch in the glute. Good, and then we're going to bring it down the body a little bit. So if you have a block or your books again, you're going to bend your leg and bring that, whatever prop you have, and then you're going to bring the ball there. You're just going to pause. Sit here. It's really intense. It's on that juicy part, meaty part of your hamstring here. If it's a little bit lower, maybe you adjust. Maybe it's more toward the outside. You can go side to side on it. Whew. Maybe you prop yourself up. Straightening that leg. When you find that really ropey part, just stay there. Sitting up tall. Good. We're going to keep going down the body. So you're going to bring your stack of books or block. If you have really tight calves, you might not need a prop under. I like a little bit more. So you're going to bring the tennis ball right into the center of your calf. Then you're going to set it down. Maybe this is enough. If you need a little more, maybe you roll to the outside a little bit. If you need more, you can cross your left ankle over. Whew. Yep. Maybe you cross over, use that weight, and then you point and flex the foot. You can roll towards the outside, forwards and back. Getting into that calf muscle. Our whole body's connected, right? So if you have, lower back pain, or if you have a knee injury that leads all the way up your leg to your lower back is connected, it causes tension in the neck. So even if you might have a centered spot of injury in your body, it could affect everything else. And the myofascial release just helps kind of bring harmony back in. tells the body, this is a trigger point. It brings blood flow there, bringing more circulation, more healing energy into that space. A couple more breaths on the right side. Maybe you're like, I need more on my booty. You could take it back up, or your hamstring. And then when you're ready, we're going to take it to the left. So finding that sit bone, bending both feet or both legs, placing feet on the mat. Find that left sit bone and then roll forward. Whew. Yep. You can find stillness here. Maybe you straighten that leg. Who knew that these little things could cause so much pain, but also be so beneficial? Oh my goodness. Maybe you take circles in the knee. You can rock side to side, forward and back. I've always encouraged you, if you find a spot, to just sink into it and just breathe. Relax the face, relax the jaw. Again, if your wrists hurt, you can prop yourself up. Just rolling it out, right? Sort of like a foam roller. I like tennis balls better because they target the area. Foam roller is kind of just a general, wider roll. And I feel like the tennis ball, you can really pinpoint that spot. So if you don't have them already, I would invest in some. Just keep them around your house while you're watching your favorite show or reading a book. Laying down, you can be doing the neck release or shoulder. Good, we're going to take our hamstrings. So bringing the block or books, bending first, bringing that prop just underneath the booty, and then bringing the ball there and straighten the leg. You can start to lift up. Rock side to side. Roll forwards and back. It's whatever serves you. You went to the outside of your leg on the right side. I forgot to do it on this side, but you can roll onto your side. You don't have to change, I'm just showing you. Roll onto your side, prop yourself up. Rolling up and down. So a few more rounds of breath on the left side. Hamstring, glute, hip. Hurts so good. And gently coming off, we'll stretch out that left glute. So crossing left ankle over right, taking a breath in. As you exhale, maybe you fold, maybe you stay up and just put a little pressure on that left knee. Just stretching it out. Slide that foot on the outside of the right leg, pulling that left knee in towards you and taking a twist. Good, coming on to our calf, left side. So maybe using a block or a stack of books, maybe not. You can just do that. If you need more, cross your ankle. Oh! You can flex and point the foot. Can give the ankle circles, rock side to side, forward and back. Maybe just stay in one place. Again, it's an exploration of your body. Just breathing. Oh yeah, buddy. We're almost done, guys. You can incorporate this in your workout or your yoga practice. So say you did a lot of legs, you can pause and do some glutes or hamstring or calf and then keep going. It's always good to rest and stretch in between, get some water. Couple more breaths. There's so many spots on the body you can do this with. You can literally probably roll all the way down, but we could be here all day if we did that. So, coming off. The last thing we'll do today, you'll need a chair or sit on the edge of your couch or something to lift you up. We're going to do some release in the feet. I'm not sure you can see my feet from there. So sitting up, bringing both balls under the arches. Good, honey?
Good, honey.
Thank you, cameraman. Quarantine buddy, you know, helping me out. So this is fun. I'm a waitress as well as yoga teacher, and I haven't worked in 2 weeks, but my feet are always so tight. So find it. Maybe you put more pressure on it. Maybe you don't. You can just sit back and kind of roll into it, side to side. If you need more, lean forward. There's a bunch of different trigger points in the feet. You can roll towards the heel, like the back of the arch, towards the ball of the foot. If you really need more, you can start to lift yourself up. Don't ever just stand on it fully. It's really intense and could probably bruise you. But you can put more weight by lifting up or leaning forward. Maybe you're like, not today. I'm just going to sit here. You can push down with the legs, giving yourself enough pressure. Even if you don't work on your feet, nurses, I'm sure you need this right now, doctors, people that are working at the grocery stores, you're probably so overworked. This is really important to take care of your feet. If that tension starts all from the bottom of your body, it literally works its way all the way up. So, and you guys can continue to roll your feet out. Revisit any areas that you feel need more. I'm going to close it up for the day, so this video isn't an hour long. But I hope you liked it. If you have any questions, holler. Yeah, keep taking care of yourself. Stay well. Keep moving. Find time to quiet your mind and just breathe. I'll see you soon.